Everybody, we are back. It is Same to the Lives favorites, podcast favorites, channel favorites, everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glenn Rockney for Glenn, and of course pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you guys hit up Homage with using this QR code right here. Boom. QR code for Homage right there. Then you can also get you a Mendoza shirt or any other Raiders gear that you like. All right, guys. So any Raiders gear that you like for 15% off. All right. And of course, make sure you hit the Tapedontlie store. You got the new FNO gear. I'm rocking the shirt right now. You got the shirt on. Look at it. It looks pretty nice, man.
That's great, man. Look at that logo. It really pops.
It's clean, man. It's pretty clean to me. Yeah. So we'll do the hat again, of course, but should we do the sweater this time?
Yeah, why not? You figure you go to stores now, they're bringing out the fall gear already, so why the hell shouldn't we?
Yeah, we'll do the sweater as well. And then my dude David Ochoa is in here. He's actually giving away a shirt, and then that shirt got pushed forward, so we're giving away another TDL shirt.
Wow.
Today as well. All right, so we got some fans who are pushing it forward. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the TDL shirt and the sweater and the hat for $1.99. So everybody doing that. No. I'm giving away the shirt that you wanted to give away, David. You know what I mean, dude? My dude. So, all right.
He's like, what? Never mind. I didn't say that.
So actually, I want the shirt. Actually,
wearing it right now. It's quite nice.
Exactly. All right. So today we're getting ready for training camp, man. We got training. We're a week away from training camp, man. We're finally here. We made it. And then we get some preseason football. Actually, what, like two or 3 weeks?
Something like that. I can never remember. The first preseason game always feels like it should happen quicker, and they're like, oh, it's 2 weeks out. And I never remember when the first preseason game is.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Get the preseason game going there. And then also, just get into training camp a little bit. Talk training camp. Talk what's happening there. See how Mendoza's doing. What's the reports of Mendoza?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was it's gonna be exciting to see what happens. But how you feeling, Glenn? How you feeling, man?
Oh, good. I'm ready for some dang football. Like I said, I've been saying it for a while, but I'm ready for it. It's around the corner. Was happy to see Fernando Mendoza sign his contract. I wasn't worried about it, but I didn't want him to miss any time. Hey, I hope you do go out there and win the job, but one of the best ways to do that is to be in camp and with the contract signed and everything. I'm glad that didn't have any drama to that, but I'm excited. I'm really. We'll talk about it in depth, of course, on here of what we expect, kind of things we're intrigued by. It's really fun to kind of see. Like before training camp, I tell myself like I'm not gonna buy this rumor, right? Like so, I'm thinking of like certain rumors in my head that I like won't buy. Like so, what I mean is like if someone says, "Hey, this looks great in camp," I'm gonna go, "I'm not buying that." But there's less of that this year. Like I think I'd believe a lot of stuff, maybe just because I like the way they're constructed in terms of coaching. I might just go, no, I'll believe it if the reports are out that Ashton Genty looks like he's gonna have a 1,500 yards rushing this year. Like I would believe that if it came out of camp this year. There's a lot of stuff about the defense I'd want to wait and see, but I'll talk about maybe something that later in the episode that we haven't really talked about yet that might make me a little more confident in them.
Yeah. Excited to get into what we're talking about because we're doing basically all training camp today, guys. We're doing we're talking about sleepers. Okay, like these sleeper cuts. We're gonna do it again though. We're gonna revise sleeper cuts and then sleeper makes too. We do some sleeper makes. Who is a sleeper to make this football team? Talk a little bit about the defense as well, and just get a lot into training camp. And of course, doing the TDL giveaway. Like I said, we're giving away the FNL hat and sweater. FNL hat and sweater today. So definitely excited to get into that. Said Marcus, was those your bars in the merch vid? Yes, in the merch vid I put on the shorts. That was my bars. Yes, it was. And yes, I do really rap like that. Yes,
yeah, he does.
Yes, I do really rap like that. I do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they try to deny me a little bit, Glenn, but it's all right. That's why I dropped that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, hey, I saw the video too. I didn't question whether it was you, but I knew it was you.
What do you think that was like? I just put somebody else's voices over,
AI, a little AI.
little Suno. You know what I mean? Did a little
Yeah,
Suno on that one.
yeah. Or like you were rapping like somebody else's song, kind of lip syncing or something, which I would have had a problem if you did that. I'd be like, man, what are you
That would
doing?
kind of corny,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that would suck.
That'd be very corny,
Yeah,
in my opinion,
mm-hmm.
if I did that. No, that was me. That was me. I was just doing that. Rappers are their heads are in the duffel bag. That was kind of the message
Yeah.
of the video. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Check that out. The short, I did a little short, kind of promoting the duffel bag, and then get you a duffel bag. You know what I'm saying? Get you a duffel bag. You got white and black. So, yeah. See, yeah, it's the FNL shirt. I mean, the say the kit are really nice. The FNL shirts, man. Okay, look better than the Tapedontlie ones.
I mean, yeah, the logo is really good. Like it really is. It's bright. It doesn't look like a washing machine could really mess with it either.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I ain't got to wash it on delicates. I hate when you get a shirt like that. You gotta wash
Yeah,
it on
exactly. You know what I mean.
delicates.
Like it has to be like on a certain thing here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're giving away the sweater and the hat this time. I'm interested to see what the hat looks like. To be honest, I'm interested to see what that looks like. The hat looks dope, but. So check that out, man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, so Mendoza signed and McCoy signed.
Yep.
Right. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Jamal McCoy, because like where does he fit in right now?
Yeah, and also how like my thing about Jamal McCoy, I think is funny, because what if he's just like solid? Like let's just say like post injury, everything, he's just a solid player. Like, do you think fans would be mad? Because I wouldn't be. I am not like, if he's just a solid okay corner, it's still a 4th-round pick that you spent, that you get like a solid startable corner out of it. Now, I think he's more talented than that, but like, what if the knee just kind of slows you down a little bit? What if you're just a different player after the knee injury? And because we still haven't seen him play football since that knee injury, we've seen him work out, we've seen him do things, we haven't seen him play football. So I think there's just, with Jermon McCoy, there's a lot of hype right now because he's in camp, and we're gonna get this many years of all pro play, and then we'll see what happens. I'm like, but what if he's just solid? Because I still think that's fine, but I do wonder if fans are ready for that.
Yeah. I think based on the value of the draft pick, if he's solid, that's fine. I personally would be a little disappointed if he was just solid, just because I know that the talent's there. It would have to be like the injury.
Well, I think that's the only reason why.
Factor.
I think that'd be the only reason why, is just the change of direction's not quite what it used to be. He's a hair late on certain things not because he didn't see it, not because he didn't diagnose it. He just couldn't get there, and I do wonder if maybe there's going to be a little bit of that. And I think just the way he's talked about, like, is just, man, he is just so good. And I look, the tape he's put out in college is that, but this was a catastrophic knee injury. It cost you to drop 2 days in the draft. He had to go 48 hours without getting drafted.
Yeah.
Like, because of that.
Cause it's super interesting, Baby Show brings up Hezekiah Massis. Mm-hmm. And Massis was splitting first team reps with Darren Porter. Like, what do they really feel about Darren Porter? You know what I mean?
That's going to be interesting. And also, what kind of coverage are they playing? Because I actually don't think it's weird, right? Because Stokes you kind of can really just do one thing with Eric Stokes, and that's what they did last year. That's the reason he's still getting paid in the NFL, is because he had a pretty decent season doing the Seattle cover 3 thing. But also, you're kind of thinking like, okay, Massis fits that, but McCoy is just completely. I would say he's just a man corner. So I'm just wondering, like, in terms of coverage on the back end, what does Rob Leonard want? I mean, maybe you want to be multiple there, and you definitely have some chess pieces in terms of nickel and safety that you can kind of rotate around. Now they're very interesting. So it's more interesting of a secondary than they've had. I can't even remember, to be quite honest. But I just like, what's their plan? Like, because we don't get the idea that Rob Leonard's running the same Pete Carroll coverage. Like, there's no way, right? But also, why is Eric Stokes here? It's just I don't understand. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. I'm having a hard time visualizing it, what they want to do.
Yeah, and then we're gonna talk about Joe Woods a little bit more in depth later on, but bring him into it. It kind of tells us a little bit what they're gonna run, and he comes from like the Saints and Dennis Allen and stuff like that. So when it comes to that, like that's why it's interesting to see that Mastis is out there a little bit, getting
Mm-hmm.
some reps because that type of coverage would fit a McCoy and Porter more than it would fit a Stokes and Massis type of guys. Because Massis is more of a zone guy, but they're playing like a lot of cover 2 man, quarter coverage, which is cover 4, like a lot of cover 6, not a lot of cover 2. Maybe they might mix that in a little bit with Joe Woods, but he's a Dennis Allen guy at the end of the day, right? I mean, Dennis Allen we're going to play cover 2 man. Like if you play Madden, they don't call it cover 5.
Mm-hmm.
They call it cover 2 man on Madden, which is basically where you play. You have 2 high safeties, but you're playing man everywhere underneath,
Right.
and that's what they do a lot. So if they do that, then I mean you're going to want to see McCoy and Porter out there because they're the longer guys. Like Porter has more towards like a Lante Taylor, right? Or I'm trying to remember some. I mean, even like a Marshawn Lattimore, he has a lot of length to him. Pause, but like he has a lot of he has a lot of that going for him. But those type of corners, they fit that system better. So that's why you draft a McCoy. Mm-hmm. But like Massis does that pretty well too. But that's when you get to Eric Stokes. It's like
that's the thing. And I see, rooting for Brady is gross. I do agree. But rooting for, he said that in the chat. He said DB room needs a vet like Stokes, regardless of what they want to play. I don't know if that's true. Because there are vets that play, you can sign veteran corners that play this style that you just said.
Yeah.
Because Stokes was bad at that. Like he's the off coverage, come up and hit you kind of guy. Like that's what he does. He's cover three corner. Like it's probably why Pete Carroll had had a really high grade on him coming out in the draft in Seattle and couldn't wait to snatch him up last year. And he had it look like one of his better seasons in the NFL. I don't hate that they re-signed him. It's just I'm trying to kind of visualize it where I'm like, this is odd. Like this is odd. It's interesting. It's definitely got a lot of potential, but the Stokes aspect is the one I'm a little confused on.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do because like if they run that type of coverage, it's gonna be interesting to see how they put Stokes in because Stokes in cover 2 man. Like I said, like it's called cover 5, but cover 2 man is what most people know it as. Mm-hmm. If they run that, like having Stokes even play trail and he's got to handle like a guy who can run routes and kind of shake him a little bit, like that's when we might start seeing him falling again. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, I love veteran leadership, but like there are scheme fit guys that are leaders as well. So I'm not even saying he's not a scheme fit. It's just McCoy might have just been a guy where they're like, it's the 4th round. This is the best player. We'll find a way. Maybe that's what they did. And maybe everything else works, right? Like maybe Matt, because like it makes sense to me. Like Massis, if you wanted Massis and Stokes, and you were going to play that same coverage, but from what I gathered last year, it's like I can't imagine anybody wanted to run that Pete Carroll coverage again, like if given the opportunity, because that just doesn't seem to be working in the league anymore.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the league does play some type of cover 3, but it's just more exotic than.
Yes, it's just right. I guess what I'm saying is it's like the Seattle cover 3 has been deemed kind of, I won't say irrelevant, but it was just you realize that they had Hall of Famers in their secondary. Like that's why they were able to do it to the degree. And when you have just kind of Eric Stokes, Caillou Blue Kelly, it's not really it's not the most fruitful coverage to play.
Yeah. Elvis Toast Patterson. We got to hit Billy Jim voicemail.
I saw him tag me. I said, you better be leaving a damn voicemail. I want to hear it.
So I'm excited about that. I'll probably play that in a second. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the secondary does because they really attacked that in the draft. You could say whatever you want, man. Yeah. If I was Darren Porter, man, I'd be a little worried. Like you draft like what? How many corners did they draft? I mean, because even like talk about Stooks a little bit as a corner. Where does Stooks play?
I mean, you ask me, he's a safety, but yeah, valid. And some certain and Stooks, you realize like after this year, I don't think Teron Johnson is like a Raider one way or another. Like I just don't see that. if that's the case. So you maybe you have Stooks and come up and play Stooks, Greedy Vance, guys like that can come maybe take that job. But you're right. Like they attacked it so much with Porter. One thing I like about Porter is he's going to play special teams, so he's going to secure a spot, I think, because he is a very good special teams player. And Porter did not play a lot of corner in college, hardly any. So I still think he had a lot of flashes last year for somebody who played like 9 games of corner in college. I think they want to challenge him, but I also think they want to. I think the thing is, DBs are kind of like dart throws, where you just got to take a bunch of chances at it and like see how it works, because it's tough to project corner in the NFL. It is. Like there's guys you see there in college you just think are really good. I thought Jeff Gladney was really good in college. He sucked ass in the NFL and then got arrested. D. Milner,
Terry Arnold,
Morris Claiborne. These guys, like you think about these guys, like it's just it's tough. Yeah, Terry Arnold was like universally beloved in the draft.
Yeah, he was.
And off the field aside, like he hasn't really played that well. Akuda, yes. Like there's just a lot of these guys just don't work out. Despite really being kind of not like I won't say flawless in college, but one thing you have to do is you got to get a bunch of DBs. It's not necessarily what I wanted them to attack in the draft, but now that they did, I'm very intrigued by what it ends up looking like, because you have like 2 years to figure out like who are my corners, who are my safeties for the next 5 to 6 years.
I agree, dude. Question for FNL: IADL is the weakest group of the team. Agree or disagree?
It's tough to disagree. I mean, it's tough to disagree with that. I'm trying to think of a weaker position group. Position group. So that's interesting, because it's not just D. I guess that's just DT at the end of the day. But I think right tackle right now, like until Charles Grant ascends, I think that's a really, really weak position. It's not a position. I don't know if that's really a position group though.
Yeah, because you have to see the whole O line.
Yeah. So I would have more confidence in the O line than I would the interior D line. Well, I guess you could say a position, because interior D line is not the whole D line, so it's interior D line. So
I mean the tackle. Besides Cole Miller, you're right. The tackle is a little funky.
And even then, Cole Miller, like, what are we getting at this point? Like, you do have to wonder a little bit. Like, I hope he comes back nice and healthy. I have the feeling he could have came back last year if they were contending. But if Colton Miller goes down, you're kind of like, this is crazy. So I will say the tackle group is tough. But yeah, interior D line's right there. It's a huge concern, and one of my surprise makes will be from that group, because the thing is, I just think it's wide open. I think anybody that has a great preseason is going to make this team there.
Yeah, I would have to agree as the weakest group, just because I think like either Jonah Laulu or Tonka Hemingway has to start.
Right.
And Adam Butler's old. Right? Does he bounce back? That's a huge question. Right? And at nose tackle they got Benito Jones starting.
Right.
And you got to depend on, like, is Bagese gonna take a next step? Is Brandon Cleveland or Gary Smith gonna be the guy?
Wow.
It's pretty weak there, bro. It is.
It's really weak. It's really weak. No, it's really weak, and that's kind of. I love Traden Stooks. I was very excited when they drafted him, because I really like the player. I knew he was on the rise. I really hope he's really good.
I know.
Because, and look, they clearly did not value Caden McDonald, because they let the Texans come up knowing they were going to get him. And there's the video clip of Spytek just happy that they got Stooks. Like, that's who I wanted the whole time. So that was what they wanted. It wasn't like they screwed up on anything. Their process was they got the player that they wanted. But that being said, it's like Chris McClellan, these guys in the draft. Who knows if these guys are good or not? I would be a little happier about the battles at that group if they brought in a Chris McClellan. Who's the other guy from? There was another D lineman kind of in the day 2, day 3 range. Like there was just a couple of guys that I thought maybe I could have gone after. Where I was like,
the guy from Oklahoma, I think, was pretty good too.
Grayson Halton.
Right?
Yeah, maybe a bigger body though. I'm thinking like just kind of like a bigger, just gap stuffing.
Big Citrus.
Yeah, right. Big citrus, like guys like where I'm thinking, man, one of those guys would have just. I'm not saying it solves everything, but I just going into camp, I'd be like, ooh, he's got a chance to come start this.
Yeah, because the thing is, it was more that the Trey Soon pick. Let's keep it real, dude. It's a Trey
I think
Soon
you're.
pick.
Yeah, who is there? I gotta look. So this will be interesting. We'll have to compare here. I'm not saying I would prefer, and I'm a little lower than some people on the Trey Zoom pick, but I clearly see the fit, right?
Yeah.
I clearly see the fit with Trey Zoom. I 100% get it why they took him, but it was one of my least favorite picks of that draft. So he was what, pick 92 or something?
He was
around there?
pick 91.
91. So after that, not too many D linemen. Yeah, Darrell Jackson Jr. goes about 10 picks later. That was the other guy I was thinking of, by the way. I really like. I thought he was an intriguing prospect. Yeah. Otherwise, you get a lot of tackles. Yeah, the DT run had kind of happened already. Yeah.
See, the thing is, they traded back.
Yeah. Yes, they did. The DT run before that, yeah, you had Citrus and Albert Regis going about 10 picks before, right? So the Raiders had traded back, yeah. So they might have been in a spot for that, but I get it. I mean, look, it's not too crazy. McClellan went a lot higher than I remember. I do remember that now. He went pick 77, so they weren't going to get him. That was kind of a guy I really liked Chris McClellan. I like Tyler Onyedem went in like the early third round, which I didn't see coming. So the run did happen. Oh, it's kind of similar to blocking tight end. Like I wish they had a real good blocking tight end, but like those guys went like second round this year, man. Like that's not where I wanted to take these guys. So it's you at the end of the day, you want the guys you draft to be good, and you figure the rest out later. And you hope there's a camp cut nose tackle that you can bring in where you ask to get one. Hey, I need you to do one job on this team, because I do think there's intriguing pass rushers on the interior D line, but just on early downs, I'm like, man, we might get smoked.
Because I mean, taking Keon Crawford too. I mean, that was part of it a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
taking Crawford, which even how you feel about Crawford, right? His upside, he does have a lot of upside.
I think he's
right,
really good, but
right. I like that pick too, but when you look at it,
yeah.
Right. I mean, maybe you could have took Chris McKellen went at 77. He went right after that.
Citrus, McClellan.
Citrus.
Right after. No. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, like, it makes a lot of sense to me. I do think Keon Crawford's going to be a dude, though. And once they put the pads on, I kind of think he's going to be the hype. I think he's going to get a lot of hype when the pads come on, because I think he's got a level of juice and athleticism. I know he didn't test at the combine, but it's on his tape. You can see it. He's in SEC. He's like doing basketball moves on SEC tackles, and frankly outproducing Keldrick Falk at Auburn. I'm a big fan of that. I agree. Against the run, it's going to have to get back. I think he's a designated pass rusher. Like, if we're being real, but designated pass rusher in the NFL is a starting position. You play an insane amount of snaps as a designated pass rusher. I mean, like 3rd and 7, you're in. Like, you're playing. If you're good like that. God forbid you have a lead in the game, you're playing for most of the game. Like, to me, it's worth investing in at that rate. I do agree. It's not a every down stop the run guy, and he might not ever get there. But man, the Raiders need that designated pass rusher. So I don't think a lot of these picks are bad at all. Like, I like their draft. I think it was good. It's just, if we're getting smoked at defensive tackle on early downs, it is going to be a little bit annoying, right?
Yeah,
like it is going to be a little annoying, and who knows if a rookie fixes it. I still think in free agency, it's like, man, can't just bring somebody in, some big fat guy in. Like, they used to be able to get guys like Jonathan Hankins and guys like that. They didn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah. See, the thing is with Crawford, like, I think he can get better, right? And become that overall,
he's good
all-around player, because I think he has some strength to him as well. I just think it's just something he's got to get better at. But that's why I do like the Crawford pick. It's just like, if you want to look at it that way, I mean, they did leave some DTs. They left that position kind of bare.
Yes, they did.
They did because they didn't even address it like a free agency. Like a free agency, they could have went and
That's my thing.
addressed
Just address it in free agency. Like just address it in free agency. That way you don't have to draft some rookie because who knows if any of these rookies are going to do anything in their first year. Rookie defensive tackle. Like they might not even be that good their first year. Like so, it's not a super, especially for what they need. Like again, I think they have some pass rush upside guys at defensive tackle. I think Hemingway. I think Laulu's actually got some decent pass rush juice to him. Like those guys are really interesting. It's the true nose, and I don't know. Do they even value that, or are they going to be a team that uses that?
I mean, they're playing 3-4. They drafted Kieran Crawford, who dropped back. Kieran Crawford is an outside linebacker in the essence of like the 90s 3-4 outside linebacker, right? And so they drafted him. So that kind of tells you what they're going to do. And then CN Sloan's the same way. He's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I just wonder, like, it's a weird position to ignore because it doesn't cost, like, just a veteran nose tackle doesn't really cost that much.
It doesn't.
Even after the whole Max fiasco where you realize you can't spend what you thought you could, you still could have brought in a defensive tackle.
Yeah, better than Benito Jones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's interesting to me. So that was a long-winded way to answer a question. Interior defensive line could be that. I will say, I think in terms of pass rush, like their third down package, I think could be really interesting. I think Hemingway's definitely got it at pass rush. Like he's definitely going to be a good pass rusher in the NFL. Elite, I'm not so sure, but just a good pass rusher. And I think Laulu can definitely, he's gotten better in terms of pass rush ability. And then if Crawford and Max and Kuntz, any combination of those guys on the edge, like that could be a lot of fun. On third down, it's just the early downs, man. You're going to be playing Mike McDaniel. You're going to be in a division with Mike McDaniel, who's going to want to run the ball on you. That I guess it's Adam Butler that we're going to stop that with. I hope Adam Butler enjoys football this year. I certainly hope.
Yeah, I mean, they just left a lot of good players on the defensive line. Because interior defensive line doesn't have to be like an awesome guy. Like getting Tonga from the Patriots. I mean, that would have been big, right? He was $7 million.
He went to the damn Chiefs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh God.
$7 million a year. Get a guy
That's
like
what
Tonga.
I'm saying. You could have had this draft and then add somebody like that. You'd be feeling great.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I feel a whole lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Spytek's free agency is interesting. I'm just gonna have to just put a little pin in the free agent. I like what he does in the draft. I get it. I see the vision in most of the picks he does in the draft. I'm like, okay, I get that. We'll see how it works, but I get that. Some of the free agency, I'm just like, man, what are you saving it for? Like go right now. You just drafted your quarterback. Like try to find some of these bargain bin guys that can like go. I know maybe that you could say that's the same thing with Benito Jones, but I think you can get a little bit better than Benito Jones on the market and put these guys in there. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. People are saying not every team wants to play for this team. I don't know. I think guys wanted to play here.
I mean, they gave Talon about $27 billion.
Yeah, Jacoby Dean and Quay Walker. Like these guys wanted to play here. They're able to get talent, man. They got to pay a little bit of a tax, sure, but you could pay that on a nose tackle. They don't make that much money.
Give him 25.
Kairos Tonga got $7 million, pay him 10 to be a Raider.
They give it Jalen Naylor.
Exactly. So I will say with Spytek, I'm a pretty big fan of Spytek. I feel really good because ultimately I think the draft is more important. Like I'd rather you be better at the draft than free agency.
Yeah.
That being said, like I felt like there was definitely some moves to be made on the D line.
I agree with that. All right. If Grant beats out Glaze at right tackle, could we see Glaze kick down to right guard? I mean, they might kick Glaze right into right guard, but I don't think he'll start. I think it's getting for it. I'm trying to. Yeah. You know what I mean? young Warthog is mad about the Tommy Malott. I mean, Tommy Malott wasn't a great draft pick, but it's still 6th round. So that's how I feel about it. Still 6th round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. People are getting on me for Tommy Malott. I'm like, dude, I don't care.
It's still the 6th round.
Yeah, it's the 6th round. I mean, no. And I agree. That's bad because, like, I will say I wanted Kyle Monungai really bad. Like, that whole draft. I was like, get Genti and Monungai. We don't worry about running back ever again. which then puts you in that Mike Washington. You're taking Mike Washington this year? Like, I wanted Genti and Monangai. That being said, like, take Monangai over the D2, over at least one of your D2 college quarterbacks you drafted. So I've given Spytek a lot of flack for that. But for me, the draft, first 4 rounds, I see a lot of the vision in what he was doing. It doesn't mean they're all going to work out. It doesn't mean they're all good. It doesn't mean they're all bad. But with Mayock, I got a lot of flack on my old Raider podcast talking about how much I thought Mayock and Gruden couldn't draft. People hated that because just these guys weren't good. I could just tell. It was just the picks didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Some of the free agent signings, you're just kind of with Spytek. You're like, some of them I like, but then it's like it's just, man, get some depth on this team. Like just throw hit the bargain bin. Like grab a couple guys for like $5 or $6 million, and like maybe the rookies beat them out. Who knows? But just. It's okay to like waste that money a little bit if a rookie beats them out and you cut the guy. It's not that big of a deal with me.
Yeah. I do believe that they should have went after more depth in the free agency. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think that's where you really like. Do they do that when they're a better team?
Yeah.
Do they do that?
Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Put DJ's question up. The Brian Flores one. Well, does Brian Flores need a big nose tackle for his defense? Well, they drafted one this year. So in Minnesota, they drafted Big Citrus.
That is true.
so I don't know if he needs one or not, but somebody thought he did. So because they drafted Caleb Banks and him.
See, the thing with Big Citrus, like he could play, like he could do both.
Right.
You could probably mix it up with
Banks,
him.
But they did draft Caleb Banks too.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I think Big Citrus, like he has upside. Kind of, I'm not gonna say he's Dexter Lawrence. Don't get me wrong, guys. But he has the upside because he has the quickness to be a more of a 3 tech too, where he could play both, where he could play 5 tech, not play 5 tech, play the nose technique, and then also move into 3 tech and kind of move around a little bit. Where he doesn't have to be a nose tackle the full time, every single time he makes a snap, and that's why you kind of want to draft guys like that have kind of the upside to him.
Sure.
But yeah, because Big Citrus' problem on film is that he was the best player on that D line at Iowa State, and Iowa State only lined 3 guys across, so he just got triple teamed every single time. So it's that, but. I mean, you're right. I mean, Brian Flores obviously thinks something. It's more because let's just keep it real. We're becoming a running back league. This league is starting to run the football.
Yes, they are.
Okay, we're the whole passing era is kind of gone.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of these quarterbacks, and I'm almost done. I probably should be done like in a week here, but like. This is a running league, guys. Like we got a good running back. We're just going to run the football. But the other side of it, though, is you have to be able to stop the run right now. And I know some teams are going to catch up like 3 years from now and figure that out.
Right.
But the quarterbacks just aren't like Phillip Rivers would be if Phillip Rivers in 2012 right now, he would be a top 5 quarterback right now. That's kind of how you should look at the league.
Just picking people apart. Yeah.
Like, guess what Matthew Stafford really is right now, right? Matthew Stafford back in 2013, he was still pretty good, but, he was 12 because, everybody else was so much better than he was. So he's a top 5 quarterback right now because of that. So the game is changing, kind of reversing. So you have to be able to stop the run. Like the Raiders can stop the pass all day. They got this great secondary.
Yeah.
The teams, they're to face teams these days who don't pass the ball. Like Josh Allen doesn't pass anymore. He's down under 500 attempts. He was 600 attempts guy for years. Last couple of years, he's under 500 attempts. Like this is a running football league right now. And the importance of having a defensive tackle is there. So that's why, to me, if you don't take that step, you might be too late, and this year they just might get the ball ran all over them, and that's not something I'm excited to watch because that's really the ugliest type of football to watch is watching the defensive line get rolled over. You know what I mean?
Demoralizing, and the last thing I'll say about that is people are saying like they don't value that. It's like, well, you need to, and you're going to be, like you said, you're going to be playing the Mike McDaniel led Chargers who like to run the football. The Bills with James Cook are on the schedule. Insert team here, and all I'm saying, I didn't mean they need to spend, make their biggest signing a nose tackle. I just meant like bring in a veteran that like people actually want to see on the team. Jump in, just a guy who stops the run, and then we'll see what happens from there. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We could be completely wrong about this because they weren't for all as bad as this Raiders team was last year, and I think it is truly one of the worst Raider teams. This last season was truly one of the worst Raider teams of that last 20 years, where it was like definitely top 3, I would say, in terms of worst Raiders teams. They still stopped the run okay last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And relatively speaking, they were bad at everything else. So, like, I thought they stopped the run okay, and you're talking about teams that were running it on them because they were winning. So they were just running, and the Raiders were stopping it for a lot of times, or at least middle of the packet there. So maybe they're going to build off that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there's going to be, hey, look, there's going to be good linebackers there next year, at least better linebackers, I should say, if they're healthy. Last year you had, because last year the problem with the defense, more so than anything, was it's third down. Where's Devin White?
They're the worst linebackers in the league last year.
Landon Roberts has the green dot, so he has to play on third down. So you have Devin White and Landon Roberts, neither of whom can cover anything. And, I tell you, there was a Devin White hive. I'll never let Raider Nation. There was a Devin White hive for the first month, and they said some disrespectful stuff to me last year. I won't forget it. It's fine. But I won't forget it. I've forgiven you a long time ago. I won't forget it. There were people, what, did he smash your girl? I'm like, yeah, he tried. He couldn't make the tackle. You know what I mean? Yeah, just guy couldn't even get her down. Yeah. She just
quick error route. He just couldn't handle it.
She did a quick dead leg on him, and he just, oh shit, he missed. And she was like, wow, really? That's, yeah. That was the problem with the Raiders defense last year, was that more so than anything. Like, their DBs weren't good. Like, the D line as a whole wasn't good, but it was like, dude, these linebackers are just going to get picked apart. Any quarterback's going to pick this linebacking core apart. Now I think there's linebackers there. Now I think there's an interesting secondary, but then I'm like, man, the meat of the defense, you're kind of thinking, man, up front, how do we dominate? That's still a huge question.
Because the reason why the Raiders are good on run defense is Max Crosby. Because it's funny, like when me and Matt were doing Laulu and Heavyweight, we would show like bad plays of Laulu, but here comes Max just saving everybody, making a tackle in the backfield. Right. So a lot of the Raiders defense, run defense, is you want that better defensive line. So like when Max does make those plays, it's maximized so they become like that great defense. Right, that's why you want those better defense tackles next to him, because like Hemingway could be getting pushed back 6 yards, but Max Crosby would just make the play in the backfield when it wouldn't matter, and just save everybody. So a lot of it is just Max is a damn beast, and as long as you have Max on your team, you're gonna have a pretty good run defense. You are, but it's gonna be games like the Jags, like the Jags game, right? Jags only averaged like 3.7 yards per carry that game, but they just kept doing it. Yeah. They just kept running the football because they knew like inside, if they just kept running the ball, Max might make some plays, but those two guys inside, they can't handle it. And we're going to keep breaking it open eventually. Eventually, we're going to keep hitting it. We're going to get some holes. And that's the thing. That's what worries me about the defensive lineup a little bit.
I will say, people are bringing it up right now in the chat. I still forget about this guy. I think he's the most forgotten Raider signing is Kwity Paye. He is good against the run. And I know he's not interior. I mean, on like a base down, he's not interior. But I do think he's going to be a productive version of Tyree Wilson. Where I don't think he's a Pro Bowler. I don't think he's all pro or anything. But I think he's going to be like, okay, this guy can stop the run. This guy's got a little bit of juice in the pass rush. You're going to have to kind of scheme it up for him to get free. But if he does, he's going to be able to make a play. Supreme athlete. Supreme athlete. Actually tested that way and everything. And so I will say they did add, because I kept thinking like, man, the other edge group is not great at the run, but they do have Kwity Paye. I keep forgetting about him.
I know, bro. Because first time I saw Quiddy Pay in a long time was that little card game he did with Tyler Linderbaum on the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just like, man, this was a relatively large signing, and I just forgot.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, and like I'm like anybody else. I follow every move this damn team makes. Like I just whatever, I find out if they switch the damn Gatorade flavors.
Yeah.
It's just Quiddy Pay. You kind of forget about him. So we'll see. I mean that's definitely an interesting body type to have in your base defense for sure. So like that does make it a little better. But yeah, just one big fatso in the middle, man. That's all I want.
I know. I like Gary Smith. We'll get into that a little later, though. All right. So we're gonna talk about Joe Woods in a second. So we're gonna get into some of these questions and then get to that. So y'all have a TDL bucket lid. I can make that.
That's an interesting. Bucket hats are back with the youngsters.
I can make that. For
Yeah,
you, Johnny.
Schoolboy, because the last time they were cool was Schoolboy Q and like TDE when they first got big, but now they're back. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can make that for you though. McCoy in the slot. You kind of asked a double question. McCoy, Stokes, Porter, Stukes, Chin, starting secondary, or Taron Johnson at slot. Taron Johnson is playing in the slot. He's gonna be a starter.
Yeah, he's gonna start in the slot. I think. I mean, look, you never know. DBs when they hit a certain age, like they're just done sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see with Taron Johnson. I think he's still got a little bit in the tank, but he's had some injuries the last couple of years, so we'll see about that. I think they definitely have some versatility in the slot, which I like, where you can have Stukes come down and play a little bit. You can have Taron Johnson, and you have Greedy Vance, and like I said, maybe Jermod McCoy. I would definitely like to see him get some reps. Like, why the heck not?
Yeah.
So who knows? So yeah, but I definitely the starting corners are going to be like, what the hell coverage are they playing? And I hope we don't see too much of it in the preseason because you don't want to give that away. You don't want to give away, the coverage that you're doing. But we're not going to find out for a while what they're doing.
Yeah, I hope they play pure cover 3 in the preseason.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to know. I don't want to be like, look at this exotic coverage. Be like, why are you showing me that?
What DT that was drafted last year will start Tonka or Pegues? I'll probably go Tonka. I'll go Tonka.
Well, you say start is interesting because I think Tonka's a third down guy in my opinion. But again, I also think third down is like a starting level position. Like if you're in the third down defense, like you're a starter to me, in my opinion, because that third down is just so essential and happens a lot in football. You play a lot of third downs every game. Even if you get like second and long in certain ways, like you're definitely going to be on the field. I think Tonka comes in there, but if we're talking like first down run defense, I don't really want to see Tonka on the field. So Pegues is going to have a big camp. I haven't heard a damn thing about him.
He is.
I've seen some workout videos where he looks like he's in really good shape, but okay, go take that. Go out there and make the plays.
Because Brandon Cleveland and Gary Smith are better than him at that job.
Sure.
All right, can the new linebackers make up for the weakness in the interior versus the run? See, the problem is if you have DTs that suck, they get pushed back into the linebackers.
Right. Makes your job way harder.
It does. It makes your job way harder. Like you want them to navigate it better than Landon Roberts and Devin White did, but yeah, it's tougher. Is Crawford ceiling? I forgot how to say his name. Ngakwe.
Honestly, I think it could be a little bit higher. Like ceiling. We're talking ceiling, like the best he could possibly be.
See,
Yannick's good though. No, Yannick's good.
Yannick's good, but he refused to play the run.
Yeah, like Crawford. When I'm talking about like ceiling, I think his ceiling is like Aldon Smith.
Oh, that's good.
Crawford,
I think his ceiling. I'm trying to think. A pass rusher, I think his ceiling is like somebody like Justin Houston, like a third round guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he could be really good, is what I'm saying. Like he could be like, God, this dude is killing us. Like just watch out for this guy. They got Max and this guy off the edge. They're psycho, or somebody like that. Because I think his. And now his floor could be like unplayable because if you cannot play the run and then the pass rush never quite comes through, there's no reason for you to be on the football team. So it could be, it's kind of a boomer bust pick, but I think he's got it. I think he's got it. I'm just gonna say I think the median. I think Ngakoue like a little bit less than Ngakoue is kind of like what the middle ground, kind of just like if he just turns out to be like his average version of himself, is he'll be like just slightly below Yannick Ngakoue.
Yeah. Too much confidence in Lucky Tassi.
Well, I'm going to talk about him a little later.
Okay. All right. Can we get a breakdown of Kirk Cousins in 2024? What led to him being benched after the first weeks? Actually, if you actually go back to when the Raiders played the Falcons and you go over that defensive film in 2024, that's enough. Like, because I don't want to.
Was ass that game.
He was ass. That's why. He's actually pretty good last year, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. No, he played some good ball last year.
He did. There's a bode well for Cousins if he can stay healthy. I think he's talking about the offensive line.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll put it this way: if the O line's bad, but you want to see Mendoza out there, if the O line's bad, then Cousins ain't lasting a second under that because his body's falling apart. But yeah, if they magically figure out pass protection this year, I think Cousins would actually be pretty good.
Was the team bad last year? Or did Pete Carroll create a non-functional Frankenstein with Pat Graham, Kyle Blue Kelly, Devin White run the field all year, and that was Carroll?
So there's the Raiders last year were a perfect storm of bad. So I don't want to harp too much on last year because we're literally getting ready for like new hope and stuff. But it was ownership lying to itself about what the team was, saying, we just need this veteran coach in here to set us straight because we're talented, we're great, we're doing just fine. Then hiring Pete Carroll, who you bring him in telling him that's all they need. Pete Carroll then is overconfident in himself, saying, give me Kyle Blue Kelly, give me Eric Stokes, give me whoever, Devin White, Jamal Adams, these guys. Like, I'm Pete Carroll. I'm going to make this work. You guys didn't know who Cam Chancellor was until I had him. You guys didn't know who, he's able to do this. And yeah, of course we're going to eat it up out of the piggy trough. It's Pete Carroll. He's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame. But it's a team lying to itself a lot of times. That's when the Raiders get in the most trouble, is when they lie to themselves about what they are. Josh McDaniels Raiders, right? Same thing. Let's go trade that first-round pick for Devontae Adams. Yeah, Devontae had 1,500 yards that first year. He looked great. He looked better than any first-round pick that you can get. The problem is that they needed a long-term solution at wide receiver rather than this three-year window of we're going to win in this 3-year window. Let's get Devontae. They lied to themselves about that. And then, that combined with drafting Tyree Wilson, and stuff like that. Right now, I think they're being honest with themselves.
Yeah,
I think they know exactly what they are. The only thing that maybe we'll see is Kubiak and Kirk Cousins. Is Kubiak being honest with what Kirk Cousins is like? I hope so. I hope he is. I hope he really can give an honest evaluation of Kirk Cousins in training camp. Because otherwise, I think Spytek and Clint Kubiak know exactly what the roster is. Whether that's good or bad, I think they know what it is. And I think they're going to actively evaluate it and not make dumb moves based off of a phantom thing that they see on the team. Like, yeah, all we need is this. And then we're good.
Because my thing is this. Like, if you think the roster is bad and you get through training camp, which a lot of coaches, this is what happens. They get to training camp, pass come on, they're like, oh, we really suck. Do you just throw Mendoza out there? Because that's what happens. I mean, that was part of the reason why you don't talk about this. But this is part of the reason why Gruden traded Khalil Mack is because he got through training camp. He was like, we suck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, no, for real. But to be honest, that's happening to Max if they suck.
You think it's Max?
Yeah, it's Max that happens with. If they're out there and they go, because we've seen what the defense is with just Max. We're not contender with just Max Crosby on defense. Mm-hmm. Now, if the defense is starting to look like, hey, they're pushing people around, guys are making plays, this young secondary is developing, you're going to keep Max Crosby because you're like, hey, no, this is a nice defense. We'll ride Max's career out. He'll be the leader of this young defense. Elder statesman. If we can get even 3 to 4 more years out of him, that'd be great. Now, if the defense off the bat is just like, look, I hired the wrong coach at defensive coordinator. The defense just is not clicking or anything. And then you're looking on the offense, like, I still don't know about this run game right now. I still think we need upgrades at tackle here and there. I think Max is gone.
Yeah.
Again, they already did it once, so it's not that hard to do it the second time. But that to me is the I trust this group to be honest about what they are. Even if there's certain moves I wish they made or didn't, I think they're doing it under the pretense that they know what this team is. And I think self-awareness in your front office and coaching staff goes a long way. And I don't think the Raiders have like had that. I'm trying to remember the last time they did.
Yeah.
Del Rio's first year, maybe. I think they were honest about what they were when Del Rio first came in. They're like, look, we got a quarterback we're a little excited about. We're going to draft a wide receiver early for that quarterback, and we're going to go sign offensive line. We're going to do what we need to do and develop. They lost it after a while. But right now they have the opportunity to be very honest about what they are, and I hope they continue that way.
I agree. All right. Couple more questions here. Where is Stooks then? And Johnson is in the slot. Does Stooks takes Paolo's job?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think Stooks is a starting safety on this team.
How do we feel if McCoy is still taking punts in training camp? They must think he's healthy.
They must think he's healthy, but it's like, did he even do that in college ever?
I don't know.
That's why look, now I'm a big baseball fan, and McCoy is like all world center fielder, I guess.
Yeah.
In his high school days.
Mm-hmm.
And that means you can track the ball in the air. So I'm sure he's good at it. But yeah, they must think he's healthy. I don't, that's not something I want to do. To me, it's like, that's Malik Benson. Like, this is how you stay on this team, is you're an explosive returner. And then we figure out something for you on offense, and we'll see. I don't know. Punt is different though. Punt is a different game because you need sure hands there. You need that. So we'll see.
He hasn't returned kicks since high school.
Yeah. So I don't. Maybe they're working on some kind of ball tracking kind of thing by having him return punts, like when you're tracking the ball. Maybe there's some kind of crossover there. I don't know, but I sure hope not. I that's just not something I need to see. Like, unless he's just secretly this electric, like Percy Harvin punt returner that I don't know about. I'll bet against that personally, but yeah, I'd like to see him just playing corner.
Yeah, he had 57 receptions and 8 touchdowns as a receiver in high school. Interesting.
Yeah,
interesting stats there. It's just those damn ball skills he has. Makes sense.
Yeah, what'd be interesting is on kick return. Who's the kick returner on this team? Because I think you have some decent options there. I think you'll have Malik Benson. I even think a guy like Mike Washington would be interesting returning kicks.
Yeah.
I know he's got a little bit of a fumble problem, which you cannot have that on
that would be
returning.
Absolutely terrible.
Absolutely terrible. But in preseason, I try that out. I definitely give him some looks returning kicks in preseason, because you fumble in preseason. All right, we're not trying that anymore. Like, nope. But I can see him. He's just one of those like one cut, like find a lane and see it type guy.
Yeah.
I tell you, I can see Mike Washington returning kicks. I think that's going to be a really interesting job.
That would be a good one. The fumbles do scare me on that.
They do, but I just in preseason, like, let's just go do it. Like try it a few times in preseason. Like, if it just doesn't look like he's holding if he doesn't look like he's holding on to the ball well or anything, then hey, maybe not. But Mike Washington would be interesting, because if he gets injured on special teams, it's not like you're losing a starter either. So it's interesting to me.
A non-Raider question, and I'll get to Hillbilly Jim, and then we talk about Joe Woods here. Non-Raider question: out of Josh Allen, Burrow, Lamar, and Herbert, who would most likely get traded if their team continues to underperform?
Burrow.
You think so?
Yeah, they already traded Carson Palmer back in the day. Mike Brown already did. And the thing is, the reason I say that is Burrow has had injuries, and I love Joe Burrow. Like, I think he's incredible.
I do too.
Like, I think pure passer, it's like guy's just a dog. Like, one of the most accurate passers I've probably seen in a long time. That being said, if you're the Bengals and you go 5 and whatever again this year, Zach Taylor gets fired. Yeah, you might be able to go get a coach that wants to come coach Joe Burrow. Like, you probably will.
Mm-hmm.
But you also might get like 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. You might have to think about that, is all I'm saying. I don't see it with Josh Allen. I wanted that a long time ago. I really don't. I really don't see that. Lamar is interesting. Because his coach is a defensive-minded head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
know.
the defense, the offensive coordinator there, him and Lamar have a great relationship
Yeah.
already.
So
They're like they're
sure. Yeah.
super cool. That's what I would go with Herbert in this one
That would be so funny.
because right, Herbert's already had Greg Roman fired, which is Jim Harbaugh's boy. Let's keep it real. That's his homie. You know, you gotta fire the homie, and then he brings in
Yeah.
some nerdy dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that Harbaugh teams are gonna play good defense. We all know that. Like it doesn't matter what happens. But Herbert's film was not that great last year. I went through Herbert's film. It was not that impressive. It was like I went through Burrow's and I actually stopped early because I was like, he got hurt. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch all of this because Burrow looks like Burrow. Like when he was healthy, he looked like Joe Burrow.
Played damn
Herbert,
well.
he looked like he was regressing a little bit when I watched it. So maybe Mike McDaniel brings it back out of him. But Lamar didn't regress. Burrow really didn't regress. He just got hurt. Herbert regressed. So if anybody would get traded out of those guys, it would be Herbert, in my opinion. Just if like Dean Spanos and those guys, let's just say that they go 10-7 or something, because they're going to play great defense. That's what they do. That's what Harbaugh teams do. They're going to play great defense. Because I don't think that's.
I mean, they did hire like a D2 defensive coordinator as their DC in Los Angeles.
That is true. That is true.
People aren't talking about the fact that they could be a disaster this year.
They could be. They could be. And Harbaugh does wear on people, right?
Yes. This is year 3, which is when it starts kind of getting annoying and people start getting sick of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if there was a guy to get traded out of those 3, it would be Herbert. Because he said, where would Herbert be traded to? Because he's still ranked number 7 by ESPN. So literally, there would be teams ready to give up 2 firsts.
I would already say that my boy Ryan the Lion is Vikings. Because this Kyler thing, I don't know if that's going to work. JJ they missed on probably. You know, I think we're pretty.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins, but like I could, because Dolphins should have drafted Herbert if we're being real. But like the Vikings, Jefferson, you know, you got a little like squad there already. KOC, veteran quarterback, bigger arm than most. You know, I could totally see somebody like that, like the Vikings going, look, we clearly just cannot get this position right since the Sam Darnold thing. So let's just give up our first round picks. Mm-hmm. They are a good team. Like they are a good team. That's somebody I could do it, and I would laugh my ass off if it happened.
I mean, or like the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if there's somebody who would be moved, if like they had to pick Harbaugh or Herbert, and Herbert underperforms again,
yeah,
you could get a lot for him.
Oh yeah, I could two firsts and some change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Colts is another good one.
Yeah, tell you, man. I haven't watched the Odyssey, James.
No, I'm probably next week. I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan, so I'm there. I'm in there. I'm next week for sure.
I'm into Greek mythology, so I like watching that stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely want to.
Does Herb and Mike McDaniels make sense as a pairing? I know Mike's run scheme is elite, but how's it the quarterback? He does really good with quarterbacks too, but it's just like I don't know what was wrong with Herbert. There's something wrong with him. It might be Madison Beer, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's just
because did he like miss practice for a concert for a tour?
He did, and I also just think he's a nerd. I just think he's a nerd. I think he's I didn't like him coming out of college. Again, never wrong, always early. That's what I say about myself. He's obviously good. Yeah. He's obviously a good quarterback. But I just for me, it's like he doesn't really put like the fear of God in you ever. Like when you watch, you're like, look, he'll make a throw that's like, damn, rolling to his right, off one foot, rip it down the sideline, and you're like, that's a beautiful throw. McDaniel's run game will be interesting. I do think it's kind of funny though, because I don't think Hampton fits what he's going to do. I think that Keaton Mitchell guy that they signed is a way better fit for McDaniel's run game. I think Hampton's a power guy. Honestly, like I just kind of seems like more of that type of running back. So I think that's going to be odd, but I think the Chargers on offense are going to be fine next year. I just think people don't realize I can't even remember the guy's name. This guy was coaching at like Central Michigan last year, defensive coordinator.
Really?
Yeah, look up the Chargers defensive coordinator. Like look where he's been. That's what they're replacing Jesse Minter with. And they have some talent on defense, but Minter really elevated that talent. Like they have talent. I'm not saying they don't have good players on defense. It's just like Chargers defensive coordinator. I was just thinking about this the other day.
Western Michigan.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. Like
Chris
O'Leary, an Irishman.
Yes. I would say he was the Notre Dame defensive analyst and safeties coach from 2018 to 2023.
Right, which I mean, everybody's had some good moments in their life, but it's just. And to be honest, 2018 to 2023 were not the great moments in Notre Dame football. That was Brian Kelly nonsense. So let's just say, I mean, he coached Kyle Hamilton. He had some ballers, but their secondary was not the problem during that time. But it's just you look at this Florida Tech, Marcus. Have you ever watched much Florida Tech?
Nah, I have not seen Florida Tech football.
Florida Tech, yeah. He was the safeties coach for the Chargers, and then goes to Western Michigan to be the defensive coordinator and safeties coach.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the pay difference is between being the Los Angeles Chargers safety coach, then leaving to be the Western Michigan defensive coordinator?
Not that much. It can't be.
Yeah. So
it might be. You might lose some money. To be honest,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, hey, a little cheaper to live in Western Michigan than Los Angeles. So I'll give you that. The cost of living is probably a little bit lower. But all I'm saying is that, this is that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking about Mike McDaniel to the Chargers. Nobody's talking about Chris O'Leary to the Chargers after their savant head coach leaves to the Ravens. That was the guy who blew the Raiders away in interviews. Jesse Minter. I'm pretty sure he was, if it wasn't Kubiak, I think they wanted Kubiak, but it was they were pretty close to Minter, I think, too.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that. Who the hell is Chris O'Leary? And why did they hire him?
This is some Harbaugh shit, dude.
What the fuck?
So they're saying, if you go on Reddit, which, again, it's Reddit, so it's the r/Chargers posting this, so we'll just take this with a grain of salt. Chris O'Leary took Western Michigan's defense from one of the worst in the MAC to the second best in one season and produced one of the best pass rushing statistics in college football.
Yeah, Ndame Tucker. I was thinking of maybe
that guy was 30 in college.
He was.
Who did he get drafted to?
I don't remember, bro.
Yeah, exactly. All I'm saying is, look, he might be great. He might be just great. I don't know, man. I think the Chargers are going to be. He got
drafted by? Dog, guess who he got drafted by?
Chargers.
The Chargers.
Okay. I mean, hey, I would too. I mean, you're the reason I have the job.
And honestly,
he went undrafted.
Undrafted, exactly.
That's crazy.
He's on the Chargers, though.
Yeah. So a lot of people are talking about the Charger resurgence. I think they're going to get better on offense than they were last year, but they're going to get pretty bad on defense. Because I look, they have Derwin James.
Mm-hmm.
They have what's Tui, whatever that guy's name is. Tui Pelotu, what's his name?
Yeah, Tui Pelotu, yeah.
Guy's a beast.
Khalil Mack's still pretty good.
Mack's still very good. They got players. Deion Henley's a solid player. They're pretty good. Jesse Minter was putting that together. Jesse Minter was putting that together. He was a great game planner. Energy he got from those guys. We'll see. We'll see about Chris O'Leary.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this Jim, Hillbilly Jim voicemail. Make sure.
Here we go.
Down on here. Here we go.
Raider Nation, Hillbilly Jim here. Before you all get into hot training camp action, I want to remind TDL that this is the 50th anniversary of the Raiders' first Super Bowl winning team in 1976. Yeah, I had to wait until I was 16 years old before the Raiders finally won it all after some tough championship game losses. Last time I left a voicemail, Glenn spoke over the main punchline, so I will get back to Glenn later. but as kind of punishment, there is nothing funny in this voicemail. Instead, I'm going to bring up the dreaded past draft thing and remind you that the Raiders had a terrible draft in 1976, with the first 4 rounds of picks all being busts, the biggest being 6'10", 280-pound, and fast but dumb defensive end Charles Filial high on round 2. But I want to particularly speak about Al Davis's personal second round pick, the legendary quarterback Jeb Blount. Blount was like this clumsy, tall guy out of University of Tulsa, where he threw the Hall of Fame wide receiver Steve Largent, and he had a long arm delivery so bad it took him all day to release the ball. And when Jeb played for the Raiders that one year in 1976, he was so despised by the coaches that they allegedly wouldn't let him in quarterback meetings. By the next year, Blount supposedly developed a sore arm and was never heard from again. All the other Raiders personnel executives hated the idea of drafting Jeb Blount, and Ron Wolf immediately left to go to Tampa Bay, and he was quickly followed there by Ken Hara. Tampa Bay first became known as the Raiders farm team, but quickly developed into a playoff team. And in fact, they got the best player the Raiders drafted in 76, 12th round safety Cedric Brown, who started for them for about 8 years. The 1976 draft is also a big year for me. It's the first time I pretended to be a scout. By the fall of 76, I was 16. I had my driver's license, and I went to the local college games at San Jose State and others in my intense preparation for the next year's draft. So this lifelong love of football scouting brings me to the great appreciation I have for the TDL scouts, Marcus, Matt, and BD, and the incredible work you all do.
Oh, missing.
Raider Nation, we've never had anything like TDL before, so please appreciate it, y'all. You need to subscribe, buy merch from the TDL store, participate in raffles, whatever works for you. Support TDL. I'm out. Violence. Raiders.
Kind of shut a Glenn a couple times, man.
Yeah. Well, gosh. Nice to know. Nice to hear about a draft I wasn't familiar with being bad for the Raiders. I haven't heard enough bad drafts about the Raiders. Let's take it back to 1976 when they also sucked at drafting.
It's some serious shit. O'Leary is expected to run the same system as Minter did because so the Chargers defense won't change, just the play caller.
Yeah, okay. But what if I hire somebody to just run the Shanahan offense and they're not good? What if I hire just the play caller? You have to disguise coverages. There's a lot of stuff you have to do as a play caller. That's kind of the thing. Is this guy a good defensive play caller? You can say I'm running Jesse Minter's scheme, but are you running it well? So that's just what I'm saying.
I had to look up this Charles Filial guy. It was like 6'10".
Yeah.
276. Wow. He only had 4 career sacks. He only played 4 years. He must have had some fun in the 70s.
He also must have sucked at basketball. Why are you in the NFL draft? like my thing is like everybody was like, yo, 6'10" and you can like run and stuff. You could come play for the 76ers right now if you want. You could come play for the damn I'm trying to think San Diego Clippers right now if you'd like.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, oh wait, you run like a dog with shoes on. Like you stink.
Because now I want to look up how big Moses Malone was. Because
probably 6'11".
Yeah. Moses Malone was 6'10", 215. This dude was 6'10", 280.
Which means you were slow. That means you couldn't run. Because in basketball, if you had any sort of thing, like any sort of especially back then, like if you had any sort of like post game or something, like come on, you stink at basketball. If you were 6'10" and were like, I'm gonna go play football.
Wow. Oh man, I just that's kind of funny to me. That dude is 6'10". He was a first round draft pick. Somebody defended him, said he was great in college.
Look at this.
He went to Texas Southern though. I mean, back then
they might have been good. They might have been good back then. Yeah, Deacon Jones
HBCUs.
was like, wasn't Deacon Jones going to like HBCUs and stuff?
Yeah. Walter Payton went to Jackson State.
Yeah, exactly. So no, they had some ballers. Charles Filial bought a floor length fur coat, wore it in weigh-in, was too heavy. Someone told him to take it off, put on his arm, could not figure out why he weighed the same. Yeah, let's draft him.
That sounds like an outdated pick.
Yeah. I don't care. I like the fur coat. It looks nice on him. He can play it.
I mean, the most interesting part of his voicemail was the quarterback. Jeb Blunt, who played a year. Like, what did Jeb do? Like, what was Jeb's problem? He was 6'3", 200 pounds. He actually got to start that year, so I guess he was brought in to replace Kenny Stabler. He threw 0 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah. That's George Blanda numbers back in the day. My favorite George Blanda season, where that's still the best season of ever in the history of Houston Oilers. I think it's 61. I think it's just ridiculous. That's those type of numbers where you're just like, dude, you threw like 18 passes.
This dude had a passer rating of 28.4 and a sack percentage of 16.82. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And he was playing with Gene Upshaw and Art Shell.
Yeah.
Those dudes.
He was like, man, these guys aren't getting any separation. My receivers aren't getting open.
Wow. No, actually, this is weird. He says he's playing with Tampa Bay. He played with Tampa Bay. He didn't play with the Raiders. He didn't play a snap with the Raiders.
Jim, are you getting your facts wrong?
He didn't play a snap with the Raiders. He played with Tampa Bay.
Damn, Jim. Come on, Jim.
But 0 touchdowns and 7 picks is fucking terrible. Could you imagine you're like telling your kids, "Yeah, I played pro quarterback." Oh, you did? You did, Grandpa? And they Google you. It's like 0 touchdowns.
He's like, yeah, my name. I used to play football. My name was Roger Staubach when I played football. My name actually was Bart Starr. I had a nickname back then. Yep, that was your grandpa. Grandpa, why does your house look bad? Shut up. Shut up. Ungrateful ass kids. Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, Grandpa, you don't look at Grandpa's stats. Don't look at the Grandpa's stats. That's all I gotta say. Because Grandpa's 0 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
You know his like their grandma like, hey, your granddaddy was ass from the kitchen.
He was terrible.
Yeah. Man, we fell asleep during the games.
He had his hot in Florida for no damn reason.
He was just cooking in the kitchen. Yelling for the kids. He's turning the TV up louder so she doesn't hear anybody. Oh my god. That's like a Eddie Murphy where Eddie Murphy plays everybody in the thing. That's like a skit right there. That's great.
Fucking the Jeb Blunt family, man.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so good.
Oh, he's a Navy quarterback.
So was Roger Staubach.
No, he went to Tulsa. Jeb Blunt went to Tulsa.
I was gonna say, I think that's in relation to Roger Staubach. Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah. Because Staubach's Navy. That was Belichick's dad was coaching that team. Like that those Navy teams were crazy back then.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's talk about our first topic here, and then we get to our cuts as well. You want to talk about Joe Woods a little bit because it's a good thing to point out because what the hell they can do in the secondary? Let's keep it real. What are they?
Yeah. I think it's other than Mendoza. I know the national media is going to look at Genty. What's going to be interesting about the Raiders training camp this year? It's going to have a lot of national media attention because of Mendoza and Genty and how do they fix this? I think equally as important as all three of those is can Joe Woods develop rookie talent? Because you have Rob Leonard, who none of us know how that's going to go. I have my theories, but I'm just as curious as anybody else at the end of the day. But Joe Woods, who everybody seems to love, all the players seem to love him, well respected around the league. He's still staying amid turnover on a defensive staff. Patrick Graham's gone, Pete Carroll's gone, Joe Woods is here, right? So you're bringing back Eric Stokes. You draft Jermod McCoy. You draft Traden Stukes. You draft Hezekiah Massis. You draft Dalton Johnson. That's a lot of rookies that you're bringing in right now. You have second-year Darian Porter out there. This is a young secondary. There are not a lot of veterans out there. Eric Stokes is the elder statesman on this team. And if he's a good developer of talent, this is awesome. Like, we're set. You have a very important position group that a lot of teams can never get right, including the Raiders. Now, if he's bad, it's like we lit draft picks on fire. That's how important this is. I think they drafted guys who love football. I think they drafted guys who play hard. I think they drafted guys who, up here, it's not going to be any problem. And they're all supreme athletes too, for the most part, I should say. Mm-hmm. But damn, man, like Joe Woods has an extremely important job. You'll never hear this on NFL Network. You'll never hear this on like national media because they're going to find more exciting storylines to cover about the Raiders. But man, I'll be damned if I say this isn't something like one of my biggest questions is, can Joe Woods develop this talent on the team?
First of all, Joe Woods looks like he's part of Dipset. He's like a Dipset side member.
Okay, that's. I can't tell if that's good or bad for developing cornerback talent. Part of me says it's good.
I don't know. He just looks like he's just the head shape. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
He's yoked though. I didn't realize this dude is yoked.
So he was okay. So he was a defensive back coach with Jason Tarver, right? Van Joseph. He was a defensive coordinator with Vance Joseph. Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muskingum College. Have you ever heard of Muskingum College? That's his first coaching job. I'm not holding this against him. I've just sometimes when you look up these old position coach things, I found out about college I've never heard of. Muskingum College, a private university.
How much do you think he got paid there?
He got paid in like coleslaw or something. I have no idea. I don't know what. There's just no way. In 1992, no way. He was a DB coach there because he left Muskingum College as he was defensive backs coach there. So as literally the job he has now. Mm-hmm. He left to be a graduate assistant at Eastern Michigan. So you weren't making any money at Muskingum College if you left a position coach job to go be a graduate assistant at Eastern Michigan, which is crazy. Like, I mean, yeah, he's been everywhere. I have confidence in this guy. I have a lot of confidence in this guy, but he's got a tough job, I guess, is what I'm saying. Now, I think these guys are supremely talented, but young corners, young safeties are really volatile. There's like the position in general. I mean, Marcus, you played it. Like it's Robert Saleh said this in an interview, and I don't know if it's 100% correct, but I kind of get what he's saying here. When the offense makes a mistake, it's 2nd and 10. When the defense makes a mistake, it's 7 points, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, on the offense, they can make a mistake, and it's 7 points too. But I get what he's saying, more or less. Mm-hmm. Like, your mistakes there are tough. And these young guys, if they make mistakes early, as a coach, you have to, like, make sure they don't fall off the deep end because they're young. So, and this might be the first time they're ever actually struggling. And this is kind of one of those things that I think can set the team up for perennial success if they get this right. So a lot is on Joe Woods right now. I'll tell you right now, if the Raiders secondary is good, we're losing him to a DC job next year.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
See, the thing is, I mean, he's defensive coordinator at the Browns and the Saints, and both those teams play cover 5. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Right. When he was in charge of it.
They both played cover. Like you could say the Saints with Dennis Allen, those 2 years, that's fine. But they play cover 5 a lot. They play a lot of too high, cover 5 underneath. If he has any influence on what Leonard wants to do, because of course Leonard has the last say of whatever they want to do on defense, right? Mm-hmm. But if we're just looking at Joe Woods, they're playing cover 2 man a lot.
Yeah, why
which means
and why would
I don't know what
Leonard
I don't know what that means by Eric Stokes, but my bad, Glenn, what do you say?
No, I mean, why would they? Because like, why would they keep Joe Woods in the turnover if you didn't want to at least do some of the coverage stuff he's familiar with, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob Leonard's a defensive line coach, so he has to have some kind of input for the secondary. Because he's not a secondary guy; he's a D line coach, right? Not a lot of D line coaches become DCs. Let me keep it real with you guys. We don't see too many defensive line coaches become defensive coordinators for the most part. You see linebacker coaches, you see passing game coordinators, right? For the most part. If you just look at who's been hired lately, right?
Yeah.
Even the Raiders, the only defensive line coach they interviewed was Rob Leonard. Mm-hmm. Other guys are like passing game coordinators.
Yeah.
All those other guys. So I think Joe Woods, you're right, Glenn. He's gonna have a lot of input, and something tells me they're gonna be playing a lot of cover 5 and playing a lot of too high and those type of coverages. That's when I get a little worried about Eric Stokes. I feel like Darren Porter could do that. Mm-hmm. I do. Because with cover 5, like, you don't have to play this ultimate man coverage because you're going to play trail technique, which is basically where you have somebody over the top of you, so you can like kind of play behind and you can stop everything underneath. Now, the problem with cover 5 is linebackers. Because with cover 5, that means your linebackers have to play man too, and that's where the weakness is. Can Quay Walker really play linebacker like that? Can he really stop anybody?
Honestly, he can't. Yeah.
I mean, Nakobe Dean probably could do a little pretty well there, right? And then you have to have like your safety, not your safety, but like more your nickel, which is Taron Johnson.
I think, I even think Stukes might come into play there a little bit. Like if you want your nickel to really have to play with your linebackers and take somebody up the seam a little bit, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, like I see, wouldn't McCoy fit that? Absolutely, I think McCoy fits the cover 5. Absolutely, 100%. And just in terms of just a simple player development standpoint, you got to make sure 2 of these corners hit.
You do.
Like, and I'm talking not even who they drafted this year, but like Porter's in that as well. Like 2 of these guys have to hit. They have to be starting corners that we are fine with starting. Do they have to be elite? No, they don't have to be elite, but they have to be like good starting corners. 2 of these guys, it has to happen because that's a lot of resources thrown at the position, and you do have to throw a lot at it. But that's the thing. That's the Joe Woods thing. Right? You've seen it. It happens a lot. It's happened with the Raiders. You see it happen in baseball a lot. You see it happen in a lot of sports where they might draft guys that are pretty good, but if your player development isn't good, you lose them. Like, you lose them. They suck for you, and then they're good for somebody else, and you don't get the return when you trade them because what they did for you sucked because you can't develop them. So Joe Woods, to me, is like so important because what did they throw? 4 or 5 draft picks at the position this year?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It has to work. I put Dalton Johnson in there. 2 corners and 1 safety needs to come from this. Like that needs to be really good. And then like, what can you get? None of these guys really should be bad at all that you drafted. Like bad, out of the league, bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I am super interested to see what they do in coverage, man. Like, because it's gonna say a lot. Because like they brought back Eric Stokes.
That's the weirdest part. And still drafted.
You know what I mean? Like
still drafted all those guys. And still drafted all those guys.
Like, because the thing is, like, Taron Johnson fits more of what they want to do.
Yeah. If
they play like coverage, he fits more than Eric Stokes does. Like, does Taron Johnson get beat a little bit? Sure. But like you have like if you could, I don't know who you're gonna play McCoy inside, which I think he could. I think McCoy could play in the slot. I really do. I think because he tackles well. He's got the good movement to play in there. So if they want to mix it up, and they need Porter and Massis to get those guys to play, I think that could work. It's just, man, you just got to make sure that you kind of bring all of these guys together. But like Eric Stokes is just, I don't know if he can do that. And that's my thing with Eric Stokes. Right. That's all it is. It's all this, man.
Joe Woods is important. That's all I'm saying. Joe Woods is extremely important. I don't hear anybody talking about it, but if Joe Woods does his job really well, I think the Raiders are in a good spot.
Yeah. Are we playing vanilla defense all preseason? I bet.
Hope so. Hope so. I hope what we learn in preseason is that Kieran Crawford's winning one-on-ones just with a vanilla rush. Just that case, and I hope guys can tackle, because in preseason you should be tackling, right? Like, that's the thing, is you should be able to come up and make tackles. That's what we should be learning, and then we should be seeing all the exotic stuff come out, because Rob Leonard needs to be that guy. This is your one shot. Defensive coordinators get literally 1 year to prove themselves, because if you're ass 1 year as a defensive coordinator, you're gone. There's no like, offensive guys can sometimes get 2 years. Young offensive guys that people are excited about can get 2 years. Mm-hmm. Defensive coordinators get 1 year. Like, if you suck, see ya.
All right, great, dude. All right. Baby Sugar's not like Dipset.
He doesn't like any East Coast guys. I get it. I like some East Coast guys, but I am from the West Coast.
Yeah, I did have my little rap commercial, guys, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to sell the duffel bag. Trying to sell the duffel bags. Also, guys, we're doing the raffle. So if you're in the chat, right? I did some Google ass studying, Glenn. There's like some serial watchers we have. Like, we have like watchers who don't like comment at all.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish they would be more vocal.
Be more vocal here. You know what I'm saying? Join the chat. We're giving away a little the FNL t-shirt. No, I'm doing the sweater. My bad. We're giving away the FNL sweater and the hat. Okay, so the sweater and the hat. I mean, this looks really clean, so I'm sure it's gonna look super sweet, clean on the sweater too as well. So, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People say, "What in the world? What are they talking about?"
What in the world?
I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know either.
Yeah, they're talking about. He said Marcus bringing up his ex wanted to be a lowrider model. Done it for me.
Yeah, you did bring that up. That was the end of the episode special.
Oh, that was
up there. That was crazy.
It's the truth though. She did.
I just remember walking by the plastic covered magazines in 7-Eleven.
That was her dream. She was like, I wanted to be a lowrider model.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was all a dream. I wanted to be on Lowrider magazine. I just can't think. I can't stop thinking.
It was all a dream. I just wanted to be in Lowrider magazine. Want to heavy
Lil Rob and Heavy D. I'm trying. I can't go any closer. But yeah, it's just crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't really have any more comments on that, but that's crazy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I've thoughts.
This happens. You date girls from Southside Phoenix. You know what I mean? That's what happens. You marry women from Southside Phoenix. They have dreams like that.
Wow.
All right.
She wanted to be she wanted to be on Foo's Gone Wild Instagram.
Anyways, guys.
Anywho
here. He said no rap.
He said that magazine was fire. You know, he's got it like, you know, he's got stacks of them in a little tool shed somewhere at his house.
Yeah, that was her dream.
I just remember walking by and was like, damn, you know, walking by Lowrider magazine all the time, plastic cover. They had it in plastic at 7-Eleven.
Would you be down to do a fantasy show?
Yes.
You? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Mm-hmm. When would we do that though? Because we do Just Ask Baby. Do we just do fantasy instead of Just Ask Baby?
Oh, I think he's just saying do a league where we play against.
Oh, a league. Oh, I thought you were talking about a show. My bad. I read that.
No,
wrong.
league. No, not another show. We don't need any more shows. A league. Like just like 12 spots. Maybe we could raffle.
Okay.
So like, okay, here's how you do it. Me and you are in there. Matt, if he wants to as well. And then after that, we go through the top super chatters. get a spot if they want it. If they don't want it, they don't. Then the spot is open. Then we raffle the remaining spots.
Okay, that's a good one.
It's fine. It's perfect.
I must be too loud for Yo Mofo. Is learn audio
EQing. No, how about I don't?
We're live, bro. Like, what is it?
How about I don't? How about I don't learn that?
This isn't Pro Tools, dog.
Or either you're volunteering or you're just hating. So figure it out.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's get to these cuts, man. Let's get to these cuts. We were getting the show with these cuts here. Let's start with our surprise cuts. So give me some of your surprise cuts for training camp here, Glenn. What are you thinking? What are you looking at?
Adam Butler is my number one. I got a weird feeling.
Adam Butler.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I didn't like what I saw from him last year after he got paid. He was the most underrated defensive tackle in the league, and then he got paid, and I didn't hear from him ever again. Again, it has to be a surprise, right? There's people like I can't say DeCamerion Richardson, right? I can't tell you a guy that like everyone expects to actually be cut, but that would be the one, like Adam Butler, right? So this would require JJ Pegues to have a good camp. This would require Laki Tassi to have a good camp. This would require Tonka Hemingway to take a step forward. And then also just Adam Butler, like, what's your role on this team if these guys are playing well? Are you going to be my nose tackle? Like, that doesn't excite me if that's the case. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. My first one is for surprise cuts. I'm going Benito Jones. I think Jones gets cut. I just feel like that he's just not good. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's good at all. And I think the younger guys are just going to be better than him. And he's going to get cut. I just got a feeling. Because like, how much money did they even give him? They didn't give him any money?
No. Not really.
Exactly. So I think Benito Jones is going to get cut. I just don't see him making this football team because I hope if they gonna force the defense to be young, they just go all out and be young here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay. Well, I'm gonna swing big again. Surprise cut, DJ Glaze.
Oh, I like that one.
You can see it because if you're not starting at right tackle, do I have to keep you? Is it guaranteed that I have you in at guard? It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that I have you at guard. No, he hasn't played that in the NFL yet. DJ Glaze was drafted 2 administrations ago. That's ancient history. They have no tie to this guy. And you have Trey Zune, who I think might get some looks at right tackle. I don't know if that's where I'd put him, but he might get some looks at it. And if Charles Grant has a good camp, that's your starting right tackle. DJ Glaze, like I might keep you as depth, but I just don't see how he fits Kubiak's scheme. Like I don't think he's that kind of athlete.
So okay, they cut DJ Glaze. Who's the backup right tackle then? That's the thing. Who?
Trey Zune.
Ooh. Did Dalton Wagner make the team?
Dalton Wagner. I mean, we'll see. I mean, but right now it would be Trey Zune. Who knows? You maybe get a camp cut that you like as a swing tackle or something. Yeah. Again, people say no shot. It's a surprise. It would be a surprise. It's probably not going to happen. It's a surprise. I don't think people understand what surprise cut means.
Yeah.
It would surprise you.
Exactly. Because the thing is, because my next guy, I was going to go with Thornton Jr., but I really feel like, is that a surprise?
It would surprise me a little bit. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah,
okay.
It would. I don't think they're going to cut ties with him this year. That again, I don't think they're going to. So it would surprise me.
Okay, so that's my second one because I was going to go there because I just think when I watched him on film because we just did a breakdown of him this week dropping on Sunday of Thornton Jr. and Jack Besh. He just does one thing. Like he really can, and he's got to play in the slot. Like he can't play outside right now and win and get a lot of catches and things like that. So he has to play in the slot, but even from the slot, he can only run 2 routes. He can run a corner route and he can run a post route.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he can't catch.
That's a big problem.
He can't catch the football. Like, I forgot this play. Like, I showed it on the breakdown that me and Matt did. Because I did not watch that Chiefs game. The last game of the season, I did not watch it. But there's this play, like he has a slot release. Like, I kind of want to show it, but I don't want to get the channel knocked. But he has this release from the slot where he beats the safety and the wide receiver. He beats both of them. Kenny Pickett probably throws the best throw he's ever thrown in his life, and he dropped the football. And that kind of shows everything about it. Like, sure, like, can he run fast? Could he run past people? But if he can't catch the damn ball, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're 6'5". You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you play like you're 5'11". You play like you're 5'10". So I don't know, like, if that's the thing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't doubt that they're low on him. The one thing is that I still think when you have the size speed profile of him, you get a couple of years. You just do because like you're not wrong about anything he said, but like he walks out on that field and you're just like, damn, I have to make this work. I got it. I don't want to let some other team get this. And it's just all of a sudden he's Brandon Lloyd or like a really like productive receiver, boomer bust receiver kind of guy. You want to make sure that that's the case. And I guess the scenario where that happens is Malik Benson just looks phenomenal in camp.
Exactly.
That's probably the thing that would do it. I still think Thornton's like year 3 where that happens. I still think we're a little far away from that. But again, it's a surprise cut, so like that would surprise me. I haven't thought about it, but I can't say there's 0%.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right about that.
Or who's your third one, Glenn? Who's your third
Tommy
one?
Eichenberg.
Oh, that was mine too.
Yeah. And it's a thin group, so I still think he's going to make the team. It's still a thin group. I think Cody Lindenberg's the better Berg for sure. N'Kobe Dean and Quay Walker, they're clearly going to be the starting linebackers on this team. Mm. And again, it's tough because it's like, who else are the linebackers? But you're going to be doing like, what are they doing with Kieran Crawford? Kind of like, I know I would prefer Kieran Crawford being a designated pass rusher, but maybe they have some kind of outside linebacker hybrid thing that they want to do with him right away. So maybe that becomes a little more of a chess piece you can use at that position. I just kind of see a surprise. I kind of would see a surprise cut with Tommy Eichenberg, who, he played a decent amount for the team last year. I don't know how good it was. I still think, it was a nice, intriguing pick that they made to bring him in, but I think Lindenberg's just going to take that spot.
I agree with that. I think it's.
Is our audio just awful or something? Like,
no, it's just him. Like I guess he just wants it. He wants some. I don't know what he wants. I don't know.
If you can,
I've never seen Yo Mofo in here before, so he must be like.
Fix your audio. No, fix your life. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody complain about our audio, bro. Unless it's like breaking up from like the stream.
Or just like straight up, like if one guy's like distorting on the other side, like the beginning of like a crazy Kendrick Lamar song where he's like yelling and stuff. Like if it sounds like that, sure. If you physically cannot hear the other person, but at the end of the day, like what's going on?
Yeah, man. See, I just need you to say, I really hope Thornton proves us all wrong and gives us Jameis Williams. See, the thing is, I'm telling you, if Kubiak moves him to the slot and you can get him one-on-one on the safety and he runs the corner route or a post route, there's big plays there. The problem is, though, with Thornton is, will he catch it? That's the whole problem with me right now. And when I watched him through the breakdown that I did with me and Matt,
yeah,
it's like that's his main problem. It's not his release. right? His release, sometimes he has a good release and he just runs past people. Sometimes he doesn't know, he squeezes to the sideline too much. But it's one, he plays like he's 5'11". That's the biggest problem. And two, he plays like he can't catch football.
Yeah.
So it's a problem. That's the problem. Like it feels like I don't know.
My problem with what you said, and nothing to do with Thornton, but to move him to the slot. I think that's where I want Besh. I want Besh in the slot. So the thing is that I think Besh can do a lot better there.
Yeah.
For anybody who's looking for some Jack Besh content, Matt Harmon of Reception Perception is like the biggest Jack Besh fan in the history.
Is he really?
Oh yeah. Why? Just you know Matt Harmon, right? Like I mean, the guy he's good at what he does. Like he's a very analytical guy. Charts. He just does receivers. That's like kind of what he does. And he has like a 10-minute video talking about why Jack Besh is like good, and it's kind of everything we've been saying, where it's like the coaching staff clearly didn't want him, Spytech wanted him, and they couldn't get him out on the field. I bring up the fact with Besh that his brother died right before the combine, so you kind of we'll see what ends up happening. But if he ends up hitting the ground running this year, I'm kind of going to chalk up last year to be like bad emotional spot, bad coaching staff, bad usage plan. We mulligan that year. I'm not saying he's going to be great or anything, but I want Besh working out of the slot. To me, to move Thornton to the slot is just kind of like screwing everybody else up so you can make 6'5", whatever 4-3 work. That would be the reason I'd get rid of Thornton, because I'm like, well, the thing I have to do to make it work ruins people that I actually like. and so that's kind of the issue for me. Like I like that's kind of the issue. Now, the thing with Thornton that I'll say is that he's a willing blocker.
Yeah.
So I can see Kubiak liking him a little bit because he will get dirty. Because look, he wasn't catching the ball at Oregon. He was blocking. So he will get in there and get physical. He's not like a lot of deep threat receivers where they just want to run. They don't want to get physical or anything. Like he will get physical. So I could see him still having like a role with the team. And even if that's wide receiver 5 or like wide receiver 6, whatever the last position is, that's okay to me. Like that's your last one where you're just like, okay, if I see a matchup I like, I can at least use him to clear something out. I can, and maybe I hit 3 home runs this year with him.
Yeah.
But those are 3 home runs.
Exactly.
And maybe 3 of those are like big plays. I mean, to be fair, he made 1 really big play last year. That's it. It's the only one he made. That's it. But it was 1. So like, what if you made 3 really big plays?
Yeah.
That was the difference in 3 games. Like, what if he did? That might be worth your final wide receiver spot.
Because my problem with Dante Thornton last year, because I kind of threw this scenario to Matt. I'm going to throw this to you, Glenn, okay? If Jack Besh and Dante Thornton changed spots last year and Jack Besh got the snaps and the targets that Dante Thornton got to start the year, because I remember when I was doing this breakdown, I'm telling you, bro, like I got through like week 1 through week 8, man, they tried to feature Dante Thornton.
Yes, they did.
If Jack Besh got that treatment, they tried to feature him. Are we talking about Jalen Naylor at all? Or like how would you look at that?
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with everything you're saying. It was so weird to see the force. It was clearly Thornton was clearly a Pete Carroll guy, right? So that's one thing that might put him on the surprise cut block this year, was where Spytech might go like, this is not who I wanted to draft at pick 100 last year or whatever they were doing. The Matt Harmon, which I talked about, he brought that up too, where he was like, they draft Jack Besh in the 2nd round, and I'm excited because I think there's target opportunities and all of these things. And they literally swap the usage plan that I thought they'd have between Thornton and Besh. And he comes at it from a Thornton perspective. He's like, I felt sorry for Dante Thornton. He's like, Dante Thornton should have been learning all year last year. He should have been learning. He should have been learning from Jacoby Myers, learning from these guys, just kind of like watching. Like, this is what I do to get open. This is, he should have been on the jugs machine all last year. He should have been like just truly a developmental year. But instead, it was like, nope, we found Randy Moss.
Yeah.
We found Randy Moss, and you guys are idiots. We found Randy Moss. He played for Tennessee University last year, and we're going to light the league on fire with him. And it just didn't work, and they just kept forcing it. He couldn't track the ball in the air or anything. Whereas I thought Besh, when they threw the ball to him, he caught it, and it was a first down. So it was just kind of like, was Besh, smoking man coverage to a degree? Like, was he doing? No. He wasn't doing any of that. But he looked like a receiver that could catch the ball, run a little bit after the catch, and be physical and get a first down. That, to me, worked. So while I agree with everything you said, I still think Thornton gets one more year under Kubiak, where Kubiak goes, let me find out it doesn't work for a year. Let me just find out that it's like, nope, can't have this guy. Because I don't think he's a team cancer guy or anything. I think he is a hard worker and stuff. It's just, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Let's get just our surprise makes here. Okay. Who's your first one? Who's your surprise make? Here you go.
Laki Tassi.
Okay.
I'm not one of those people who thinks Laki Tassi is an incredible football player. I just think you gotta, if you are just catching this episode right now live, just go back to the beginning and talk about all of our problems that we have at defensive tackle. If Laki Tassi shows that he can just anchor in the run game and just sit there and eat space, throw the person in front of him out of the way, which I think he has the strength and athleticism to do it right now. I'm sure, because let's be real, our team's gonna send double teams at him. If you saw Laki Tassi on the field, no, they're not. They're going to try to block him with one guy, and I don't think a lot of teams are going to be able to do it, to be quite honest, unless you have an elite center. I think he's going to at least not get knocked back. I think he's going to be able to hold because he's just so big and massive and strong that I think I'm kind of thinking man, I know maybe he might not be able to disengage and make the play in a way that somebody else might be able to, but all it's going to take, man, is just because he has crazy athleticism. I just don't think people realize this. And if he's in camp, just what if he just beats the crap out of Tyler Linderbaum one day in camp? What if it happens?
It could.
And the thing is there. Just a day where it's not even.
See, the thing is, Glenn, he's going against Will Putnam. He'd probably be going against Will Putnam.
Yeah. But what if the hype is real, right? What if the hype is real, and by week 3 of training camp, there's a padded practice, or he's going against the Texans starting center or whatever it is, and it's just look, Linderbaum got him a couple reps, but there were a couple reps where Tyler Linderbaum got forklifted. You're going to make the team. They don't have another guy that does that. So are you starting? No, I don't know about that, but it might happen. I just saying, if I'm Laki Tassi, I'm glad I'm on the Raiders because that's my quickest shot to making a team.
Yeah.
So, yes, that would be the surprise. Yes, that would be a surprise. It would even surprise
100%.
me.
But
I'm thinking, man, they don't have that body type. They do. They do, but they don't have that body type with that athleticism, I guess is what I'll say. And they might just say, hey, man, can I play you all the time? No. But he's huge. And he might have to get his pad level lower, but, hey, the guy seems to be working hard, and he does catch people's eye. You hear people talk about him, this guy's big as hell. And I remember even last year against the Seahawks, he was just, never playing football before. It was fun to watch, man. He was just taking the nose tackle and walking him backwards. And again, I think that's going to work better at defensive tackle.
See, the problem is that if they played him at defensive tackle last year too, I would have a lot more confidence in making the team because just the development that he needs there.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wanted to play offensive line. I have no idea.
That was really weird that they switched him.
Stupid. Because my first surprise make is Gary Smith.
Okay. Same position. So we're just two different guys.
I think Gary Smith is going to be the starting nose tackle for this team. We're going to get to week 5. Gary Smith is going to be starting, and I think he's going to be playing well. Because if one thing Gary Smith does, we can talk about whether he can rush the passer or not, or whatever. That dude can play the run. He's going to play the run well. I think he's going to do really well in preseason. He's going to make some plays in preseason late in those games when teams are running the football. he's going to really stand out because he's just a big, strong guy, and he's just fantastic there. Like I kind of maybe it's like me low key wanting him to make the team because he's so good at it, but I really feel like that he's going to do it. I feel like that he's going to be that guy. Brandon Cleveland might give him a little run for his money. And that's why I think Benito Jones is going to get cut, because I think Brandon Cleveland and Gary Smith are going to outplay Benito Jones, and then it's going to be just a decision for them to make, and they might keep Cleveland, they might keep Smith, or they might keep Smith or Benito Jones, or Cleveland and Benito Jones. It doesn't matter, but I'm going Gary Smith. I think Gary Smith is just super legit there. I think he's the type of guy, like when you talk about undrafted free agents, he's the type of guy to make the team.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I mean, I like it. I think we're in the right spot. I think there's a nose tackle that's going to make this team. Like that. There's a spot for it. It just makes sense. My next one, Shedrick Jackson.
Oh, this is mine too.
Yeah. So I play devil's advocate on your Thornton team. But if you're right about Dante Thornton, Shedrick Jackson's the guy. Like, because right now, what are we? Let's look at the Raiders wide receiver room right now. Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Jalen Naylor. Right. Those are maybe the three. They're there in terms of wideouts. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody so far in the starting kind of?
I think those would be guys.
I think that's fair. That's fair. After that, Thornton, Jackson, we're in that area. Shedrick Jackson is definitely gonna ball out in preseason. He did last year. Guy just is just one of those guys that has good preseasons. Catches the ball deep. He's fast. Fast, kind of a physical player too and stuff. And I could see him snagging that last spot. I honestly, even if Thornton doesn't get cut, I could still see them being the fifth receiver on this team. So I'll go Shedrick Jackson. I just do I have like this pound the table for him to make the team? No, but I think there's a spot for him.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I went Jackson too. I think Jackson, just because like even when Jackson played like really late in the season, he was able to get open.
Yes.
Yeah, he has an NFL touchdown, guys. Like it's not like he does. Right, and he ran a great route on that. He's got some damn talent. Like he might be good. That's why when I watch him, I'm interested to watch his development throughout the preseason. Because he's gonna be playing with Mendoza. It's gonna be him, EJ Williams.
True. That's true.
Right. Jackson, EJ Williams, Hemby, all those guys that we know, the undrafted guys and those guys, they're gonna be playing with Mendoza. Right. And if Jackson builds that foundation with Mendoza and that continues to grow and Jackson continues to make plays, they got a chance, man, for him to make this football team. And, I think him even getting playing time last year and having that talent is going to give him a shot. And that's why Dante Thornton Jr. is just kind of funky, because does Dante Thornton Jr. run back kicks?
No,
right? So he doesn't do any of those things. But like Jackson right now runs better routes than he does. And probably just as fast. He might be. Like he's pretty fast, dude. He's not slow.
Yes. Yeah. No, sure. Yeah.
No, man. And like people talking about Malik Benson. He doesn't play special teams, and Malik Benson exactly. Well, he does Dante Thornton.
Yeah,
which is our point.
You also have Derek Young, by the way. We haven't talked about him. He was brought in. He's a Seattle guy.
Has
some return ability. I do think you can't count him out for sure.
That's true.
And then after that, you just have Chase Roberts, BYU, slow for sure. I like the guy a lot, but he's definitely not good. If you want the burner, it's not him. EJ Williams out of Indiana, interesting guy. So we'll see. Definitely not a burner though. And then I've never heard of Jonathan Brady. Never heard of him. So he's another guy on the depth chart. So I'm going on our lads right now. So right now they have Shedrick Jackson as the fifth wide receiver. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. I just don't think anybody's talked about him yet. So we'll see.
We'll see. All right, who's your last one?
So I guess because I stole yours, so we're all
We're equaling.
yeah, my last one, I will throw a little dart throw here and say Tanner Wall.
Oh wow.
Safety. He's a safety.
Okay.
He's old Mormon safety there.
Yeah.
Um,
Playing some special teams. He's a gunner.
little special teams, make a play, picks late in the game in preseason. He's an older player. You would expect him to be a little bit smarter, kind of maybe being a little smarter than Jacob Clark in preseason, picking him off a couple times or in training camp. Uh, Safety's definitely got some guys there, but like they might just cut Isaiah Polomo at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's very good, and they might do that. Now you might want a veteran back there. I get that, but a surprise make of the team, I would say Tanner Wall. Because I wanted to say CN Sloan, but like I don't know how much of even a surprise that would be if CN Sloan makes the team. Like at this point, I think a lot of people are talking about him like he should make the team. Roman Hemby's the same way, right? Like if Roman Hemby makes the team, I would not be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner Wall would be the one I think would surprise me, but this team clearly wanted to get better at safety in the offseason. That's clearly one thing they wanted to do. They wanted to get better at safety and corner. They thought that position group was so bad, and they thought this was a good year to improve it. And they bring in this guy, Tanner Wall. So we'll see.
Yeah, it was tough to pick the last one. To be honest, it was tough for me too. Because I was gonna throw this out there just because I like this guy, and I'm gonna go Cameron McGroin at linebacker, just because I liked him coming out of college.
There's a good path. There's a good path to making this team there,
right? And Tommy Eichenberg, there's some guys in front of him. I just liked him coming out of college, and he just might be just one of those guys just hits and just ends up making this football team. But it's kind of hard when you get to the third surprise make, because usually it's only like two. Like, let's keep it real. Like, undrafted free agents don't make it that much.
Mm-hmm.
And you have multiple undrafted free agents making your football team. How good do you feel about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want too many of them.
You don't want too many. So that's where it becomes difficult. But yeah, I would go somewhere like Cameron McGroin, linebacker, who, if Tommy Eichenberg doesn't play well, he could be that guy and he can make some plays for you, because, I just liked him coming out of college a little bit. So he could be that guy. Making those plays.
Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, well, those are the surprises. I mean, I again, like the Roman Hembys, the CN Sloans, like I don't know if I'm that excited, I don't know if I'm that surprised if those guys make the team.
Yeah,
it's these guys like Tanner Wall made the team. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, if Tanner Wall made the team, that would be.
He ran a 4.61. He ran a 4.61 40. He is slow. He did get a lot of picks in college though. So
exactly, which is the ultimate like white guy safety.
Just gets picks.
He just gets picks.
He tackles, plays special teams, plays with like his teeth bleeding and stuff.
Earns his spot.
Yeah, like played on a broken collarbone, type stuff like that. And that's what he's gonna have to do.
Yeah. Oklahoma, we are doing a raffle. And I did send you the Venmo link. Just so you know, I did send you a Venmo link. But we are doing a raffle for the FNL sweater and the FNL hat, $1.99. So we're about to get that done in a second here, guys. Are we getting Justin Jefferson? Is Uncle Hondo smoking pot?
Maybe. Hey, you guys know my offer. Max for Jettas straight up.
Any day, every day, bro.
Any day, every day. You kidding me? We're not. I mean, hey, say goodbye to Shedrick Jackson if that happens.
Seriously, man. Like, just think about that. Like the next 3 years of Brock Bowers, Justin Jefferson, ridiculous.
And if you did get like Trey Tucker to really break out, like that's like you have a stupid wide receiver core at that point.
nuts.
Yeah, and then you can always add to it. By that time you're just adding like 1-year deal guys that you think are going to be good to that, rather than trying to find wide receiver one.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I would do it.
I would.
Ryan's acting like he wouldn't accept, like he wouldn't want Max on his defense.
Oh man!
What time is it in Minnesota? Go to bed.
Yeah, exactly, bro. From the offseason acquisitions, how competitive do you see this team being compared to the last 3 regimes? Good question.
Put it up again, please.
From the offseason acquisitions, how competitive do you see this team being compared to the last 3 regimes?
I think they're going to play a lot harder. I do. I think they're going to play a lot harder. I think they're going to be resilient. I still think it's a 5 to 6 win team. I do. I think they just have some weak. I think they're missing some depth. I think any sort of injuries are going to cripple the team more so than other teams. I think they're still suffering from the sins of the past organizations. They can't try to make it up too fast. But I am a little less excited about the way they do free agency right now than I thought I'd be, but I'm pretty excited about the way they've been drafting. I think this team knows how to draft. And that's all I've ever asked out of a Raiders team is, can you draft? The answer is often no. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I am ultimately, this is a more competent regime because they can draft, in my opinion.
I agree. All right, guys, let's get this wheel going here.
Get the wheel going.
All right. Anybody else want to get into the wheel? I just got my Do Bloody Raider in here. I got Omar. Got most of the people in here. If I can get this up a little bit. Of course, it's all fucked up. Anybody else want to get in? Dawn 99. We're giving away the FNL sweater and the FNL hat. I got you, Dre. I got you 3 times in here, Dre. I got you 3 times in here, dog. Anybody else? Anybody else want to get in here, man? I'm spin this wheel. So, because we're giving away the FNL hat, the FNL sweater, and then the shirt from TDL, normal TDL shirt as well. Anybody else? Anyone get in here? Yeah, Oklahoma. I gave you that Venmo, dog. So you send me that 40. I got you in the duffel bag. So let me know. Anybody else? Anybody? All right. Let's do this.
Let's spin it.
Mix it up a little bit here. Let's get it. So let's be for the sweater. Let's give this a sweater right here. Rooting for Brady. Here we go. All right.
That's the first time winner there.
That's the first time winner. Rooting for Brady. You get a sweater. Hit me up, markjohnfootball@gmail.com. All right, markjohnfootball@gmail.com. Hit me up there, guys. All right, rooting for Brady. I'll make sure I put that in the comments in the channel there as well. So, all right, here we go. All right, now let's go for the hat here. Oh, Drake for show.
He said, "Make sure I'm in there, Marcus."
He said, "Make sure you get the hat, dog." So, all right, so we got the hat right there for Drake for show, and then all right, let's do the t-shirt. Let's do the t-shirt here. This is a TDL t-shirt here.
No, Ryan. He's
Omar right there.
Ryan is
the
one.
TDL t-shirt.
Ryan has been on a hot streak. I thought he had another.
Dre for sure. It's a different hat, dog. It's a different hat. I'm gonna show you the hat right here real quick.
I mean, you still can trade, I guess, but
you can trade if you want, but it's a different hat. If I can get this up here, where's that? It's a different hat, dog. Fit share, boom. It's this hat right here. It's a different hat. It's not the same hat. You can trade if you want to, but it's a different hat. So I know you got the TDL hat already. But yeah, it's a TDL logo shirt. Yeah, I think so. Omar, did you already win that one? Okay, I'll take the hat. So we got yeah, did you already win that or the FNL shirt? If you already won the TDL logo shirt, I'll just get you the FNL shirt, dog. Don't worry about that. All right. So we're out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, hit me up, markjohnfootball@gmail.com. Yeah, if you can get, I'll give you the FNL shirt instead, bro. I got you, dog. So yeah, let's do that instead. But like, hit me up, markjohnfootball@gmail.com. I appreciate all you guys and support the channel. Now it's gonna get bigger as we get through the season and we get the training camp. But you guys are the real fans. You know we're the real ones here. So we appreciate all you guys enjoying this. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Subscribe. And we're out of here. Peace.